Welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about human design and about generators. In particular, this video is going to be about the sacral response and how you can tell if it's coming from a place of conditioning or if it's coming from your true sacral energy. Now, this is something that's been an ongoing lesson for me. And what I will add is, of course, every generator is different. So if you're desiring to know about your unique design, and how you are one in a million, your profile, your channels, your gates, how they all combine to create your uniqueness, I would suggest that you check out my recorded readings down below. I spend 45 minutes fully going into a breakdown of your chart, personal analysis, as well as intuitive insights that come through as I'm connecting. So I'm going to start by saying that all generators are unique. But if we look at this on a foundational level, there are a few things you can watch out for to identify this sacral response and if it's really true to you or if it's coming from a place of conditioning. Now, the first thing I always suggest is endurance. So let's say you're going on a few dates, right? And you meet this one person, you go out on a date, you kind of feel each other's energy out, and you get an It's like, not into that. Whether it's the next day it evolves for you as an emotional generator or if it's in the moment. You can have that strong sense. But the endurance part comes in if you check back with yourself. The next day, are you still feeling like that was an The next day, are you still feeling like it was an Maybe next week? And when you track your progress over time and you see how your response is maturing, and this abides by emotional generators and pure generators alike. Not only emotional generators are supposed to wait, you can also get more clarity as a generator by tuning in over time. Doesn't mean you should halt your decision, but there can be clarity in hindsight for pure generators. So what's the endurance like of your response? Because sometimes you may say but it's coming from a place in your head. Maybe you're saying because this person actually intrigued you and you were interested, but you cut off the sacral energy because you found out what their job was, or they dressed kind of funny and you were nervous about bringing them to your friends. And this is where we can start to see the conditioning comes in. And we're all susceptible to conditioning. Conditioning from our families, from our friends, but also just from the world around us. Taking in media, taking in ideas of moral beliefs of what's right and wrong, ethically trying to follow the status quo. This is what we really need to be aware of as generators, is that our sacral energy is not biased. It does not want to abide by the terms of society. It does not want to abide by a moral code that's not in alignment with your own moral code. And is it coming from a place of your body? Like, this person, I don't need to change anything about them. Even if they were different, it's still just an my body knows it's not for me. But doing that self-inquiry, am I cutting off my sacral energy here? Am I cutting off my pleasure because I think that part of me can't have this person or they wouldn't fit into my life? Now, that doesn't mean that it's wrong and you should change and say, well, I'm just going to throw caution to the wind and take on this person because even if they don't fit my beliefs, even if I don't think my family will like them, even if this, there's more journeying to do there, but it doesn't have to be a solid no. Let yourself explore, let yourself entertain the idea. Although sometimes there will be an and it's like, no, I just know it's not right. I just know in my body, my mind's not in it, my emotion's not in it, it's just a no. And you really want to feel that clarity as a generator. So let's say you go on this date and you have this immediate rush of and you're just through the roof and you're like, yes, this is amazing. You still want to track that because as generators, we can be susceptible to peaks of desire, peaks of satisfaction. But what we really want to go for is we want to go for the high quality satisfaction. Maybe there will be points in your life where you just need a bit of that quick satisfaction, that fast food, that yumminess. Yes, just take it and have it, even if it only lasts a little while. But what's really gonna stretch your energy out and mature it and grow it over time is when you learn to choose from a deep place in your body. Not the sacral energy that's quick and fleeting, but the sacral energy that's deep in the womb. It's like whether you're a man or a woman, it's deep in your root, it's deep in your belly. And this is something that I'm really passionate about for generators, is choosing from this place within you. When I first began the journey with human design, I thought being a generator, okay, you're the expanders and you're here to be joyful and to give energy to the world. So I thought I had to go chasing anything that gave me that spark. But I actually found I was getting exhausting. And it was only when I started really dropping into my body, dropping into my womb, dropping into my sexuality, dropping into my power, where I could have these sustained responses. So let's use the example of dating. You meet someone and it's a quick, aha. You want to dig deep in those situations as well. Let yourself have fun, but really dig deep. Is this aligned with my sacral? Do I have the energy available to keep showing up here? Is this going to support how I contribute to the world in all aspects of my life? Because as a generator, you are here to generate energy for the collective. And if you're in a situation where the energy is just circulating in itself and not extending beyond that connection, it's probably going to be short-lived or more draining than satisfying. So check back in. Is that that excitement, is it deeply rooted in your sensual sacral center? And by sensual, I mean like your feeling body. Yes, it's sexual energy, but it's also just this deep connection to your life force. Is it supporting that? So this is step one. Endurance and longevity. How strong and how consistent is that or And does it really activate that generator energy in you that wants to expand out into life? Not just that one project or that one person. Again, this may be part of your chart. If you have a lot of individual channels and currents and gates in your body graph, then this may be for you, and that would be something you'd want a personal reading for. But as a misnomer, I would say you want to be in projects, relationships, friendships, family dynamics that give you energy from within to then pulse outward into all areas of your life. My second suggestion is really noticing where in your body do you feel the most sensations when you're making that choice. And I know this is really hard for some people. Body sensations are really tough. I had to go through like 4 10-day Vipassanas before I could really just sit and identify with what was going on in my body. And I can feel it right now, for example, being fully honest and authentic with you. I can feel a lot of energy in my head right now, right here, right at my ajna point, my third eye. And I have a very defined ajna. And I can tell right now that I'm speaking in this video from here, not so much from my body. And that's okay, because it is a very strong center for me and it does help me do the work that I do. But if I were making choices in life around career, health, lifestyle, move, relationships, I'd want to be very aware, am I feeling a lot of sensations in my head? Am I feeling a lot of sensations in my neck, in my chest? Or am I feeling it deep in my body, in my womb, in my belly? When I'm in my belly, in my womb, even if it's painful, even if it's tough, even if it's hard and it makes me feel like the world's ending, that's my generator process. That's my sacral process, is when I'm speaking and feeling and listening to my belly, to my deep, deep body. So I would give you that tip as well, that when you're making choices and when you're responding, do you feel like you're really up here? Or do you feel more like you're down in your root, down in your sacral? And that could be a good way for you to discern if your choice, if your response is authentic or conditioned. The final tip I have today, there's so many points to speak to on this, and it does really depend on your individual chart, but as a foundational understanding, you can tell if your response is coming from an authentic place or a conditioned place based on how you feel after the choice is made. And sometimes as generators, we have to learn through the journey. Unless you're a manifesting generator, which you can move through things quite quickly, it's a journey. It's a process, and sometimes it does take having those conditioned responses in order to arrive us to the correct response. We need to go through those back roads sometimes. Sometimes we need to take that detour, go off-roading, get a little bit muddy, get our car smashed around, have it all fall apart, and then walk back to the road and get a new car, start over again. Sometimes that does need to happen. So it's about how much can you trust in the timing of your life. The generator response is so beautifully timed. So there is this theme here of being actively present and also actively surrendered. Not surrendered like sacral response, just tell me what to do. Again, this will depend on your personal motivation in your human design chart, but open, actively open. Yes, okay, what's here? Let me act upon what's right there for me. And the generator process and your karma, your unique destiny, may take you down some pathways. So it's how can you trust the journey of your response? How can you trust that it will unfold? And sometimes you may have to have some inauthentic responses to land upon an authentic one. You may have to go through a few different lifestyle choices with your health and your wellness to realize what really works for you. You may have to go through a few relationship conflicts to realize how you really value yourself and how you want to be valued by another. So there's this journey of becoming with the sacral response. And what you can start to notice in hindsight is, when I made that choice to keep seeing that person, how did my sacral respond through my body? Not in terms of or but the sacral center, it's our life force, it's our reproductive energy, it's our health and vitality. Was I more tired after I made that choice to take that job? Did I start to get sick? Or did I start losing weight and my skin cleared up? You can also look to your body to see how he or she is responding to the choices you're making. And this is one of my favorite ways to engage with my personal human design chart. But sometimes I'm like, wow, actually I noticed that things are really going well for me. I must have made the right choice because I'm feeling satisfied. So those are the 3 points. If you've stayed all the way to the end, congratulations. That's quite a long video. And if you have any questions, drop them below. Let me know which one you resonate with most. And also I'd love to hear what topics you want to hear me share about with human design. I'm really excited, and in particular about working with generators. I still love manifestors and projectors and reflectors and all of you, and there's going to be a lot of space for that. But I'd love to hear from, I guess, all of you and what you really enjoy. And if you haven't already, I invite you to subscribe so you can stay in touch and in tune with all that is coming your way. And thank you for being here today. I hope you have a magical day. I hope wherever you are in the world, you're being blessed with the lessons and the love and the people and the support that you need in this exact moment. And I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.